Okay, let's keep going. And alcohol and other drugs, they are associated with GABA. We call them tranquilizer. And we talk about alcohol. Let's look at the other two. They were usually prescribed in like some antidepressant and anxiolytic medicine, like the barbiturate. Barbiturate, they rarely prescribe it nowadays. But benzodiazepine, they still prescribe it. And it will affect the GABA system. So it's highly addictive. Some antidepressants, anxiolytic medicines, and they are addictive because they deal with the neurotransmitter system. Next one, narcotic. Narcotic are the group of medicine that deal with pain, and the most famous one is the opiate. When you take opiate, the original function is to block the pain sensation, but it also has side effects. Side effect is euphoria. Give you the euphoric effect. You feel very, very happy, very, very, very high. That's how they feel like. They have withdrawal effect. So the narcotic in your brain, you actually have a molecule like morphine. So morphine is the narcotic. In your brain, you have endomorphin. It's called endorphin. It's a molecule. They don't call it a neurotransmitter. So in the table, when you look at neurotransmitter, you don't find endorphin, because scientists believe it's more like a hormone, neuropeptide. So it's a modulator. It's a chemical molecule released by your brain. It will bind with the receptor, opiate receptor, so give you exactly the same feeling as narcotic, make you feel pretty good. How do you trigger release? Like when you experience serious pain, like giving birth. If you ask a woman what's the most painful experience they have in their life, they list a few, and giving birth would be one of them. And during the process, it's very painful, and they ask themselves why they do it. And until the baby is born, okay, they hold the baby, they feel so good, and the brain release endorphin, making them feel very happy. So it's a reverse circuitry. So they will keep having baby. The second one is exercise. It's not just like the walk for 5 minutes. It's those exhausting, you feel like you may die, those kind of exercise, like running marathon. And if you ask people, they love running marathon. Every month they will go to different cities, do the marathon. They will tell you the marathon is addictive. And they don't know why marathon is addictive. The reason is in the brain. After they run the marathon for 5 hours, their body is totally exhausted. They feel like they're about to die. They ask themselves, why do I do this to myself? And after they finish, the brain releases endorphin, make them feel so good, so rewarded. So they will plan for the next one. And these are the endomorphin system, narcotic. Next one, marijuana. So far we have a few states it's legal, right? It's narcotic. So it can suppress the pain sensation. And when you do marijuana, is you smoke it. So it's the same risk as smoking. So it can cause the lung cancer as using tobacco. So far, marijuana, I have students ask me, okay, what's the bad effect of marijuana? So I actually look at some scientific literature. So far about marijuana, I found the only side effect is learning the memory. Apparently, they will have the THC receptor bind and affect the brain area, hippocampus. That's the brain area associated with the long-term memory. It turns your short-term memory into the long-term memory. So we do find in some chronic marijuana user, they have bad memory effect. And that's pretty much all I find compared with other kind of medicine. Okay, next one, hallucination. Those medicine gonna create hallucination. They call hallucinogen, and including the LSD and MDMA. And hallucination, its main function is your sensory system, so it will cause the sensory distortion. We'll talk about the sensory system in chapter 4. How they really create it, so far not 100% understood. So we know it probably affects the serotonin system. And how, in what brain area, not like the addiction pathway, like the nucleus accumbens and BTA, we know so much about it. These two we're still trying to figure out how they work. But we do know too much MDMA can cause the brain damage. So don't do drugs. When you do, you will have some side effect. When you start to mess up this complicated nervous system, you're gonna expect some side effect. Okay, that's it for today.